don't know.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Monster School. My name is Monster, and I'm here with...
Mama Jax.
And today we are talking creatures and monsters. And this is probably the funnest of horror genres, because technically anybody can get into it. I'm pretty sure, like, Gremlins is the first monster movie I saw as a kid, and it's not even like it can be horrifying at times, so it's mostly a good sort. So to start off with, let's go with this one. Which creature or monster would you actually like to see exist? And you can go first because I forgot to answer this one.
That I would want to see exist.
Right, like you wouldn't mind it existing. Yeah, but keep in mind you'd probably want to keep it out of, like, you don't want to be in harm's way.
Yeah, right. Which is like what all the monsters end up doing.
Right, but
now,
it's
to
like...
be fair, it's usually because of our reaction to the monsters that
Right.
ends up in our doom.
Right,
So,
there's
like,
a reason
honestly,
Godzilla attacks. It's because we're messing up something on the planet.
we killed his family.
Yeah.
Well, we killed most of his family.
Most of his family.
There's blowing shit up all willy-nilly.
You know what? I'll have that be mine, though. Mine will be Godzilla, because he doesn't really come to the U.S.
Godzilla?
He doesn't come to the U.S., so obviously... No, but that's kind of like being like, fuck them.
Only a matter of time.
Well, no, I'm going to say Godzilla, because he's kind of like this human version of... No, this monster version of what a god is, which is like, don't screw this stuff up, and I won't bring reckoning upon you. So it's always when we are doing wrong that he shows up. So why not have this deity out there where it's like... He literally, like, the little girls in every Godzilla movie, little boys from, like, Mechagodzilla vs. Godzilla, it's always... He always goes over them. He never kills them. It's always the ones doing wrong. So I'd be okay with that.
Okay,
and it's not like he's killing you for your moral sins, like you slept with your neighbor or anything. It's always something bigger than that.
Yeah. Well, it would probably be the last thing I ever see. But I'm just going to go ahead and say fuck it. Fuck the world. I'm going with Cthulhu. I want to see that motherfucker.
Okay, so he's on our list, and we'll do that first, because you're going to get mad at me. I know what it looks like, but I don't know what Cthulhu is.
You don't know what Cthulhu is?
I don't know that universe. I don't know that author. I don't know anything about it. I've never read any of those books.
I'm not mad at you for that. I never get mad at people that just don't know better. You know, like, you're just...
What a way to word it. It's okay to be an idiot. Let me tell you something.
It is. It's okay. It's okay. You're just uninformed, and that's not a bad thing. You know?
Inform me, because I know the author. What's his name? Lovecraft.
Yes.
I know I know nothing about it. Nothing.
Oh my goodness.
Fill me in.
He hated this story, to be honest with you. Similar to Stephen King and, like, his wonderful things. He actually didn't like his Rise of Cthulhu, but Cthulhu is summoned with you know, people dawdling around, of course, and he just wants to... He turns people mad. Like, almost similar to, like, Medusa. If you look at her, you turn to stone. If you look at Cthulhu, you absolutely just... Your brain just...
And he's an ocean creature.
Yes, originally.
Okay, so he's like the Kraken, but he puts self-doubt into your head?
He's a big, bad Kraken motherfucker. Yeah, he makes people insane. Your brain just you go batshit and just start doing wild stuff.
Does he still do physical damage?
Imagine he could. Yeah, he's huge.
Okay.
He's huge. Like, when he rises, like, tsunamis just... And he does fall in love with one mortal woman. So I'm hoping that's me. So I can live to see the
You're the twist. You're like, oh my, I didn't expect that. Goodness me.
Yeah. He's just a bad bitch.
But he's only depicted in books, correct? Like, there's no physical version yet? That's interesting. It seems like a powerful like thing to be like Cthulhu.
I've painted him many times. Like, there is a definite fan following for him. But
so it's basically a giant creature, lives in the sea, and he has psychic abilities that
he's like
are basically...
But you can, like, take him out, but it's really hard to do.
Okay, so that's why there's those video games where it's like they have to do certain things to unleash him. It's not like Godzilla where he's just sleeping. He's like, who the fuck did that? Like, he's...
Why are you knocking on my door?
Yeah,
bitch?
who did that?
Yeah,
who did that can in this ocean?
Summon him. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the first one, we kind of got into it. Godzilla. So, I mean, it's Godzilla. I mean, there's a reason they call him the king of the monsters. It's like he is basically, in my opinion, the greatest monster of all time. It's like he's scary, but he's peaceful. He's
Yes,
he's
he
not even a
doesn't
he.
actually,
He's
like,
really
want
like
damage and all that. He's just out for revenge.
right, right. It's just like leave Earth alone. Like I'm just here to protect it. What is
Stop
wrong with you
A-bombing
people?
shit, guys. That's
Exactly.
all.
And he has the best Rolodex of like monster villains ever, which is like King Ghidorah, Rodan, like the whole bad. I love King Ghidorah. It's like my favorite monster of all time, in my opinion. It's just so cool to see something like Alien come. And I saw Godzilla Rise of the Monster, King of the Monsters. I thought it was okay. There's a lot of silly stuff in it, but I wish they would have worked harder with the CG for King Ghidorah because it just seemed a little too. I'll say this: what they do wrong, and the other one, if it's not on the list, hopefully I can talk about it. It's not, so I'll say it. Pacific Rim. What Pacific Rim does, it's a. You know what Pacific Rim is?
I do. I'm just trying to remember it, to be honest with
You
you.
don't have to remember it for this analogy.
Okay, cool.
It's
I'm like,
it's
okay.
the contrast of speed when giant things move. Because I was when you watch like Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, which I'm not gonna get into because it's on here. It's ingenious because she's moving slow, which you expect something that's like a 10,000
So
feet to do.
big to
The
carry
problem
its own
is,
gravity.
right? The thing with like King Ghidorah and the Godzilla movies, they're moving at this rate where you're like, it's kind of that disconnect where you're like, I don't
Right.
like
why
it's not
isn't gravity affecting them at all?
right. But yeah, Godzilla, I love the death. How do you feel about him? It's actually a she, right?
I love
Because
Godzilla.
son
I
of
don't think
Godzilla.
anyone can hate on Godzilla, and if you do, whatever. Like,
Right.
like
Yeah. What's there to
King
hate?
Kong, Godzilla, you can't hate on it. They're classics.
Well, it's funny you
They're
say
great.
King Kong because he's the next guy. But Godzilla, Godzilla's a woman, correct?
No,
Because well, he has a kid.
we killed his like wife. That's what
Killed
set
his-
it all off. When we set off the bombs, like the OG, we set off a bomb and it killed his mate.
I didn't know that.
His
What movie
wifey
was
dude.
that in? Was that in a movie? Because I remember
Should
Son
have
of
been the first
Godzilla.
one.
It was
'Cause
just
that's
him and
why
his
he
son.
ends up like destroying everything.
That
because
makes sense.
The bombs
No.
kill his fam, and he's all like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you because I ain't got nothing to lose now."
Yeah, he goes
Yeah.
gangster on him. I remember in Son of Godzilla, that was the cutest part. Like his son is like behind him, and he's trying to like breathe fire, and he steps on his tail, and he goes, and it like comes out. I'm just like, that's cool.
And then he has the other son that's just super nice, and he gets along with everyone.
Yeah, and yeah,
He's
that
like, "God
one
damn it,
movie
son."
where it's like he's just chilling with them,
The
like
ugly one. He's just
yeah.
like, "I don't
Hi!
want to be human." It
You're
was
like,
so ugly.
okay.
Oh my god.
King Kong, how do you feel about him?
King Kong's dope. I like it.
Me too.
I mean, it works.
There's been adaptations I didn't like of him.
Yeah.
I
That's always the case, though. We always have to do too much. You know, you get one brilliant thing, and
Right.
everyone's got to get on the bandwagon.
like I
and it's like,
appreciated the
please.
Peter Jackson one, but the problem is with that, it's like there's scenes in that movie that just didn't like there were a lot of bug scenes. I remember there's a lot of like nothing really focusing on Kong himself. It's just
Yeah.
I don't know, a lot of like you said, a lot of dressing where you're like, where's Kong? The next one is fun. Gremlins.
Mm.
So I'll let you go first because I have a feeling we're going to talk about them for a bit. What are your feelings on Gremlins?
I want a Mugwai.
Right? A lot of
I
people do.
do.
They're like, I can do the rules. Are you kidding me? He didn't even break the rules if you think about it. It's because his
He did
alarm
not. It was
clock.
that little shit that he let in his room.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was on him to like fix everything. Poor bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course it was the paint water, which is probably why I shouldn't have a Mugwai, because Lord knows.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
It would just be it all over again. What I'm curious about is how come so many pop off of him, right? But
Okay.
what's his name? Stripe?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what they called him?
Yep.
Why is he like the leader of them? Like, what gives him the right?
He was the first.
I don't understand.
He was the first to pop out.
The first to feed or first to pop out?
No, so when he was hit with water, Gizmo, the first gremlin to pop out of his back, was Stripe. So he's the leader.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a scent following. It's like if you give birth to someone, they're going to follow you because you are, like, it's the connection. That's the way I
that's
always
the
saw
thing.
it.
They all turned out like evil little shits, but you've got oh my god, my brain. Gizmo.
Yeah.
Who's like nice as fuck, and he even knows like immediately. He's all sad and shit. Like he knows like these.
He
are all
knows what's
bad.
up. Yeah, he's like, oh.
Yeah. And they're like, "What's wrong, Gizmo?" He's like, "I just gave birth to like 1,000 fucking evil shits, and you're about to find out."
I think what it is, if I got it correctly, because a mogwai, I believe, is the nice form of a gremlin. If a mogwai gets wet, it forms a gremlin, which originally looks like a mogwai, and then it becomes
Oh.
a gremlin. So the original OG gremlin is Gizmo, and he's nice.
Oh,
But it's if you break the rules, you'll produce this. I think that's what I got from it.
Okay. Because they were like, because the thing is, like, they were already little shits before they took their final form. Because they
Right.
strung up the dog. Which, did you know? Originally, they were supposed to kill the dog.
Uh,
They were supposed to kill the dog and behead his mom.
that's fucked up.
Yeah, they had to tone it back.
Was this Spielberg?
Yes, and I believe this was one of the first movies that started the PG-13 genre because it was just a little too much for family friendly.
Right. Well, actually, it was before. It was Temple of Doom, because they didn't know how to market that movie. It was either going to be R or it was going to be PG, and they're like, "We can't do this. We can't do this." And then Steven Spielberg went to the MPAA, and he's like, "Look, do you have like a?"
Yeah, can we just get like a
Right, because it was the heart scene, the Kalima.
Kalima.
Yeah, no, I dig it. I love Gremlins. The only thing that kills me about the first movie, which makes me like the second movie, ironically, better than the first movie, is I can't stand that Santa scene, that random ass monologue about her dad dying in the chimney.
You know, they were debating on cutting that out.
They should have. It made no sense.
Should have.
It didn't have any context.
Just, like, random as hell.
You don't even know the character's name. Quite
frankly, my dear, I don't give a shit why you don't like Christmas. Let's focus on the main issue here.
She's like, my father. And I'm like, what are you talking about right now? We're trapped
reason
here.
For me to hate Christmas.
Oh, my Freddy Claw is not in shot. There you go, right? Oh, you're going to be happy. So,
yeah.
Actually, that's good, right? I don't want to see the board, though.
Kind of want to, like...
Right, I kind of want to use
have it, like, propped, so it looks like it's, like, coming.
You should see me during... Yeah. There we go.
It looks sharp. Is it real?
It's not real.
Oh.
It's not real. I don't know why I touched it like that.
I almost bought one of those years ago. It was one of the ones off the set, but it was very pricey, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm going March 26th, so next month. There's a con. It's called Horror Hound in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I'm going to fly out there. Nev Campbell, Matthew Lillard, and Skeet, the three people from Scream, are going to be there.
Yeah?
The lead cast. Kane Hodder, Tony Todd Candyman. Who else? The Michael Myers from Halloween 2. It's basically like a Rolodex of people.
Okay, so like
I'm very excited. Yeah.
Skeet Ulrich is like, he was like my biggest crush growing up. So can you get like
I'll get something for you, yeah. I'll get something for you. I'll be like, look, it's not me saying this.
I'll be honest, even him older, looking pretty good still. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm like, yep.
All right. I'll do it.
Got weird taste, don't judge me.
But yeah, I'm excited for that because I haven't been to a horror con in a while.
Oh man, I'm going to MegaCon in May.
What's that?
Is that just comic books, movies?
If you want, but we could talk about it later. But send me, if you can go to like Vista Print and print out like your business cards, I could hand them to them. And all the artists and everything, and they can contact. I'll be like, you want to contact her? Trust me. Like, they'll be like, why? And I'll be like, don't ask, just do, because I'll have no other explanation.
Do it. You need this.
All right, back to the list. We got one of. This came close to being the king, but obviously because God belongs to Godzilla. A Xenomorph from Alien.
Oh,
those things are cool. I remember seeing the first movie. First movie people say is a horror, and rightfully so. It is. It's very slow, but when it hits hard. Like the scenes with the
older movies, though, they kind of do that. They build you up.
Like The Thing.
You get to know the characters a little bit, see what's going on in their life, and then wham.
Right. Yeah. It's a good movie. I remember being scared. I wasn't scared of the alien. I was scared for the cat. The entire movie, because I know they had that orange cat, and I was like, "Don't kill the cat."
Please,
like, right? Every human they killed, I was like, "Oh my goodness, thank goodness!" Like, at least they didn't get the cat.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of
I'm out
Geiger.
of focus.
So yeah, you are.
Restart the game real quick.
So obviously, Alien, Xenomorph played a big role in like my artsy shit
Hmm.
because I'm a big fan. But did you know how it's got the drool and it's like got that slimy look? See, Geiger's known
Yes.
for his work because it's extremely sexual.
Okay.
Oddly enough, in order to get that effect, they used condoms and KY jelly.
They
Dead
used
ass.
condoms and KY jelly.
Yes,
What
that's
were
what
the
the drool
condoms
is.
for?
That slick look.
Oh
Like
my
you know how
gosh,
it's like
really?
slimy looking?
I
Yeah.
hate and love that you just told me that because
But it works so well because literally, like all of his work, if you look at it, it's extremely sexual, and he says it. He's like, hell yeah.
it's like, yeah,
But
I like sex.
yeah,
This is one sexy ass fucking alien here.
it works.
But yeah, first one definitely a horror film. Second one, not horror. I'd say action thriller because it's very
Yeah.
I don't know, Macho Man oriented with the guns and very stylized shots and things like that. And then beyond that, they kind of just blurred together until they came out with Alien vs Predator, which again,
Mm.
action, and they kind of just stuck with it being in the action genre because there's not really anything you can do in terms of making it horrifying again after the first one.
Uh-huh.
You can't slow it down because you already know what it looks like. You already know what it's gonna do. It would just be a jump scare movie. But
True.
yeah, Alien, it'll always be a solid film. So far, all these
Ab-
movies, I'm sure you would agree with me, have been solid.
yes.
The next one, ooh, this is the first movie to actually unnerve me. And I think I was 9 years old when I saw it, and it's Alfred Hitchcock's The Blob. I believe
The
it's Alfred Hitchcock's,
Blob.
but
A very like underrated monster, dude. Let me tell you. It's actually. Did you know
until he
it was
reappeared in
based
Hotel
off of a
Transylvania.
real police report? Like
Really?
an actual fucking police report. Now they never found the evidence of the like
The Blob.
what happened, but what they said was they saw this shit like fall from the sky onto the earth, and it was this like blob shit,
Hmm.
and um there it like seemed to glisten in the flashlights, and if you turned off your flashlight, it actually glowed like purple. Now they
So it's
never
some type
found
of
the evidence of it,
bioluminescent.
but it is a real police report from like 1950.
I'm going to look that up. That's thoroughly
Yeah.
interesting to me.
And you know what's really cool about it is if you think about it in a case as like a fungi, it's
Hmm.
brilliant. It could actually be a thing. It is one of the few monsters that could actually be fucking real.
Right.
How cool.
Yeah.
And
How
terrifying.
cool, right? I forgot we had the same mindset. I'm like, I'll tell her how cool, but then you're like, how cool? I'm like, oh my gosh, we're the same.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, no, I love the idea of it. It's almost more terrifying than any slasher killer out there
Yeah.
because it it's silent. Like you won't hear it. Like right now, as we're talking,
No,
it could be going behind us.
and all you
Like
see is this and when you do see it, you just see the remains of others just decomposing inside
right.
of it. Like, oh,
Uh,
so cool.
yeah. I honestly, I think I gotta rewatch it because I haven't seen it since I was
Yeah,
scared of it.
honestly, I gotta rewatch it too. It's been a
But I
while.
remember being like, oh, how, like later on being like, how ingenious. It's like, it's so simplistic. It's so simplistic. It's just forced perspective, but it's cool because it gets bigger. That's what I like.
And
It gets bigger.
do you know they still have the original blob that they made? It
Really?
never dried out. It's still in its original container.
That's scary.
It's
Right?
blob,
Could be
the
sentient.
blob man.
All right. The next one is Attack of the 50-Foot Woman.
Hmm.
Now, this one it's pretty much the OG, I believe, in terms of like women's revenge.
Ooh-wee.
Because it's basically about this woman who I don't know why, but she's wearing this diamond that's like huge. Like it's a huge diamond that's around her neck.
Hmm.
And her husband is just
Hmm.
like, he wants the diamond and he's seeing this other woman and he's like, one day I'll steal this diamond from her and we'll leave together, yada yada yada. But then big
Yeah, he keeps
surprise,
putting her in the happy home
right.
because she's accusing him of
Right,
fucking
right.
around.
He's purposely making
Hmm.
her seem
No, honey,
insane.
you're crazy. I'd never do that to you. That motherfucker.
Right? Yeah, the entire movie I was like, uh-huh.
Hmm.
um but no, and then the giant that lands on Earth is a little weird how they do him because he's
Yeah.
transparent, which doesn't really make
Hmm.
sense, but they're physically
No.
shooting him and things like that.
Right.
Um but I liked the movie. I was a little disappointed. Same with Bride of Frankenstein, where it's like I didn't know she was only going to appear as a giant the last like 10 fucking minutes of it.
And then
Yeah.
they kill her
So
off.
I was
Like,
yeah,
what the
she was
fuck?
growing in the bed and she's like, "Where's my husband?" She's still obsessed with him. Like he did that
Right.
much of a mind warp on her. But it was cool, and what threw me off guard about it is I like how she killed him.
Mm-hmm.
And then like and then there's
Me
that
too. And his little bitch.
right. Wait, did he kill her? Yes, she was
He
inside.
sure
and it
does. She's
Yep.
the first one she goes for. She
They're like-
rips off the roof and then she drops the pillar on her and then grabs her husband like, let's go, motherfucker.
Right.
And the only reason I think he dies is because of I think it was the sheriff that shot the transformer and it blows up.
Yes,
And that's
she
what
was
takes
going
her
towards
out.
it,
And then
shoots
she
it.
had her husband in her hand, so I think that's actually what killed him. I don't know if she would have actually killed him, which she should have.
Right.
Yeah, he should have been the first one, and then she should have just like.
I would have
yeeted that
killed
bitch.
all of them. They were all handling it so like it was. I don't know.
Yeah,
It was
fuck
just
them
weird.
all. The doctors.
There
all of
was
them.
a scene in that movie that made me be like, oh my gosh, like this wouldn't work today. It's very. It's when he's like, "Honey, you're stressed out. Let me take you to bed," and he picks her up. Carries her up the stairs, puts her in bed, tucks her in like a child.
Like a child, right?
It's so
you just
funny.
don't know what's good for you.
It's when he
sweetheart.
started
Let
going
me
down.
check-
I'm like, is he gonna pick her up? Is he literally putting her to bed?
Yeah, yeah. Ugh, yeah.
Yeah. I wish I knew what the diamonds were about because I remember the police officers went on the spaceship and they saw all
And
the
there were
these
massive
diamonds from other
That's
worlds.
what like powered the UFO thingy. I think that was its source of power.
That's a good point. So maybe he goes
Yeah.
planet to planet searching of that one something.
Mhm.
Because they did
Looking for
specify
the
the
one.
diamond was the diamond of Nuale or so something special.
Yeah.
But no, I liked it. I don't know if I'll revisit it anytime soon just solely
Nah,
because
I
I went
won't.
to go see the 50-foot woman. Not freaking talking and like womanism. No, what's it called? Woman.
Misogynistic.
Yeah,
bullshit.
very
Yeah.
misogynist.
A lot of the old films are obviously, we see the rights of others being shat on constantly
Yeah.
in the older films because it was normal back then.
Right. The way you said it. Next is I didn't really enjoy. I didn't watch the entire franchise. I saw the first movie, Critters. What did you feel about
I
that?
gotta be honest, I didn't give a shit about it either.
Yeah. It seemed like a
like-
ripoff of Gremlins.
It was, and that's
Yeah.
exactly. I was just like, nah.
Because I
Like,
stumbled across it because after I saw Cujo, I realized the actress from Cujo that was also the mother in E.T. was in it. And I was like, okay, let's check it out. And then I watched it and I was like, it felt like Gremlins, but they roll around in their fur balls.
right.
So there wasn't a lot there. There was one moment.
Wasn't original enough. I'm sorry.
Right? I think Leonardo DiCaprio, that was his first film.
Was it?
I think he was the kid in that, if I'm not mistaken.
No kidding.
But there's a
It's
moment
very
at the end
possible.
that's hilarious. There's two critters next to each other, and they're about to kill this woman, and the woman has a shotgun, and they don't know it's a shotgun. And she shoots one of them in the face and blows away, and the other critter just looks at him, and in subtitles you see "fuck,"
That's
and he
great.
rolls out a shot, and I'm like, that's fantastic.
That's a good scene.
Next, I think I saw the second and third one in high school. I don't remember them, but I liked them. They're Tremors, the worms from Tremors.
That was always really.
I thought it was a cool
unnerving.
idea. It's like stay off the
Yeah,
ground. They can
think
read
about
your
it.
vibrations.
There's nowhere you can be safe. It's fucking
Right.
brilliant. It's like the ultimate predator. Even if you like try to hide in a house or something, it's gonna come from the ground.
Right.
You go up on the roof, you're only gonna last so long.
It reminded me a lot of It Follows, where it's like quiet. Like that's the thing,
That
quiet.
one. I watched that again for you, and let me tell you, oy vey. Don't have
It's-
sex. Just stay a virgin forever. You never know.
They're like, oh man,
Like,
you're giving them instructions as the new president. Just don't have sex. They're like, oh,
just
fucking
don't have
hate
sex.
this.
You're gonna get killed by something.
Yeah. I like those moments though. I like those. Those
Like
are the
most
only.
fucked up STD, dude.
Right. I like those anxiety-induced moments. Those are the ones that still like I'm not desensitized to. Where it's like, I don't know, the quiet nature. Like the worst is like in 30 Days of Night, where the old man's dementia is kicking in. And he's walking
Oh
down. He's
my
like,
God.
Cheryl, and you're like, shh,
And you're like, no, dude.
yes,
Let me
yeah,
save
you're literally
you.
leaping
Fuck,
at the
you're
screen
gonna
like,
kill us
be
all."
quiet. So I like those films where it's like it's making me like worry, like don't shut the hell up. He's like,
Yeah, you care
Cheryl, it's
so
for
much,
dinner.
you're just
It's like,
like-
get your ass inside.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, this is a big one. So I wrote Spider, just encasing Spider movies. So I haven't seen obviously all of them because there's a billion of them.
There's too many. I'm right there with you.
Arachnophobia, I believe, is the OG that kind of spawned it. which is a hybrid, I guess, of I don't know if it's comedy, but maybe
A lot of
comedy
the
horror.
horror ended up
Because John
being
Goodman, I believe, is the
comedy.
comedy aspect. Where he just shows up and he's like, and the spider's like on the bridge with him, and the spider's like leaning back and forth, and he's like leaning back and forth with it.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I never really got into the spider horror movies,
Mhm.
which is interesting because if you think about it, if spiders wanted to, they could take all humanity out. If
They really could. Are you kidding me?
they
Have you seen
could.
those YouTube videos where they
Absolutely.
smash the thing with a broom and like billions come out?
I've had that happen, and let me tell you, fuck
Were you
that.
that YouTube video?
Oh my god! And we here in Florida, we have the brown recluse, which is like the
Don't even
scariest
say that
fucking
word. Yeah, I don't
spider,
know.
because it's the only one that'll go out of its way to attack you. It doesn't give a fuck. Like other spiders, they'll run. They don't want to deal with any shit. These guys will go out of the way. And I've been bit by one, and let me tell you what it
Bleh.
does.
Yeah, tell
The
me.
venom.
See, that's my
destroys the it like eats you from the inside out. Your flesh just from your soft tissue just goes mush.
Mhm.
And you start to rot, man, and it got me right on my face. I have a scar now from that bastard.
But it's a
And I
badass
was
scar, I'm sure.
sleeping. It went out of its way to come at me, bro.
True.
I was asleep, woke up. I was like, "What the fuck is happening here?" You know, because it just looks like a nar pimple, and then this like ring formed around it, and I was like, "I know what this is." I had to go to the hospital.
Would you
They had
say
to cut
at
out
that
all the
point you
dead
became
tissue.
desensitized to spider movies, or was it just like forever?
It was already before that.
It was already before that.
Yeah.
So you didn't like old school Tarantula or Eight-Legged Freaks or nothing?
They had their entertainment value, but
Right.
like it didn't scare me. I was just kind of like, wouldn't that be funny?
Right.
Wouldn't
that be hilarious? All right.
Just like go out to work on your garden, see this giant fucking spider, and you're like, "Oh, this is how it ends, huh?" Didn't see that coming.
Ironic. Next is actually one of my. I thought I was gonna hate this movie, and when I saw it, I fell in love. I love all Universal monster movies except for The Mummy. I thought The Mummy was very stupid, but we'll get into that another time. But Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yes.
I thought that movie was gorgeous because it worked. The lead actress is gorgeous, by the way. The lead actor is phenomenal, by the way. And it's so simplistic, but the thing about this is that makes it different is they utilize the creature correctly. Where it's almost like Jaws shots, but then it goes back under. You see the creature under the boat, and then you know they're investigating. So you know the creature is basically with them the entire time.
Yes.
But the cool part is when the woman goes into the creature's lair, and there's that shot of him carrying her, and you're like, that's kind of like the symbol of horror, where it's like, you know, angelic demonic effect, where you're like, that is so cool. So I
the
really
gentle monster.
right. I really appreciated the way that was done. Not a lot of horror movies like do that. They go for that quick the quick tropes where it's like they're not looking to have a message across. But there was a message here.
Yeah,
it's
no
like
message.
that is not your swamp. That does not belong to you.
Get out of my swamp.
A lot like Shrek. Very well done. Donkey.
Donkey. Oh my god, I can't.
All right, let's. But no, when I
now I can't stop picturing Shrek as the swamp monster.
when I I hate you.
Creature from the Green Lagoon. Stop.
Creature from the Green Lagoon.
Stop.
But no, I think it's a solid film, is what I'm saying.
It is.
Next is, I'll let you go with it, because you just recently rewatched the Creatures from a Quiet Place. What do you think of them?
I love A Quiet Place. I mean, it was fucking terrifying, especially from a parent's view. But honestly, that's why he wrote it the way
Oh my
he did,
gosh,
was he
I'm
was a
so
fresh
sorry.
father.
Before I brought up, I said It Follows before, didn't I?
You did. We didn't really talk about it.
I meant to say, I didn't want to say It Follows. I wanted to say Quiet Place. So when you said, hey guys, don't have kids, just stay celibate, I thought you were referring to the fact that they had kids in a quiet place.
No,
So it works so,
it was-
okay.
That's funny.
We'll do It Follows too, but I saw that so weird. I was like,
Yeah.
I just talked about this.
All
right, no, A Quiet Place. Go ahead.
Okay, so like, oh my god, the ultimate terror, right? You cannot, and it's so brilliantly done. Like, it's the first film that really focuses in on sound.
Yep. I haven't
And
seen the second one, I don't think.
I haven't either, so don't worry. No
Okay.
spoilers here because I don't know. It took me a long time, honestly, to even watch it because I was also a fresh parent when that came out. Like, and so was he when he wrote it. When he was writing
Yeah.
it, he had just had his kid, and the whole point was
And then
like
his
the
wife on the
fear of
plane was like, "What are you
protecting your
writing?" And she's like, "I
children.
want to be in that too."
She's like, I can only be the bitch. She's like, no, no, no. Which
He's like, "It won't be
respect,
that
I
hard."
get
She's like, "What?"
Yeah.
Nothing.
They did such a beautiful job with it. The monsters are horrifying. The sounds immerse you so fucking much, and like you can't help but feel for every moment. And did you know that the tub scene was shot in one shot? She fucking nailed it, dude.
Yeah, she
When
really
she's
did.
giving birth, and they shoot off the fireworks to like help distract. Oh my god. And all hell's breaking loose, and you're like, no, she's about to have a baby. There's no way you could do that
Right.
quietly, dude. It's not like they had like
The
a
thing that
freaking
hit me, it wasn't
epidural
the
ready to
bathtub; it was
go.
the nail in the foot.
Oh, I know, and you're like,
And you're like,
like
that shot's from Home Alone 2. Like, ah! That's what I thought of when I saw it.
that's awesome.
But no, like you said, like his attention to detail in that movie, where it's like,
So good.
it's not lazy at all, because it's like when they're carrying the baby and the thing, it's like, quiet. Like they're making things like so they are quiet.
The water
proof.
coming
Right.
down to help wash out the cries. Yeah, it's
Yep.
so brilliant. And what he did his homework while he wasn't even a horror fan. Did you know that? He didn't
Really?
even like horror movies.
That's
But
interesting.
he watched some and he noted the parts that made him uncomfortable to use that.
Yeah, he
And
did it.
that's where the sound became such a big deal. Like, yeah. Yeah, he's a brilliant bastard, that one. I love
Look at
him.
you.
Good job, Jim.
Good job, Jimmy boy. All right. Let's do It Follows.
Okay.
You want to
Go
start, or
nuts,
you
Zach.
want me to?
Oh my god. You go ahead.
Okay. This film is, in my opinion, groundbreaking. And as much as people have seen it, I feel like everybody should have seen this movie. I thought it was, in my opinion, when I saw it, the new Exorcist, where it's like it's never been done before. In a way, it hasn't been done before. Body Snatchers kind of did it. But this is so interesting because it just follows. That's what it is.
Yeah.
They
until
even
it
touch upon it. That's the thing that I liked. The
breaks
length.
you.
Like they're driving all the way across country.
And it's
It's
always
just
walking.
following you. And sure, you might get a mile away, but it's gonna eventually get to you one day.
Yeah.
You don't know.
No
Like
place
it
to
just
save.
follows.
And
I
it's
liked
a
it.
shapeshifter. It can just walk up as anything. How the fuck do you even know? It's not your
Right.
grandmama.
And I like
Just
the
like-
Michael Myers effect of it being pure evil in some way, where it's like
Yeah.
it's passed on obviously through sex, but you don't know what it is. You don't know what
You don't
know
find
what
out what
it
the hell
is.
it's about.
Right.
It's like horrifying kind of, but also frustrating as fuck because it's like
Right.
you can't fight something you don't know. So you can't fight it. And then, like, what a dick to be like, okay, that guy, let me tell you, ooh, he pissed me off. So he's like, someone gave it to me, so I'm gonna give it to you, because it's gonna kill you, and if it kills you, it comes after me anyway.
That is
Why'd
weird,
you
right?
spread
He's like,
it,
I want to prolong
dumbass?
my
It's
death
still
and kill
coming
you,
for
and like it
you.
is weird.
Oh my god,
That is
that
interesting.
frustrated the heck out of me.
Right. Was
Oof.
it? There's a character in that just like wants to. Oh, it was the kid.
Yeah, the boy and the
He's like obsessed with her, and he's like, "I'll do it for you.
Oh.
I'll do it for you." Isn't that awesome?
he's
I like that
don't
because
give
that's a
fuck if it
laughable
kills me,
moment.
let
Because
me
it's
get
like,
in that. Hey.
right. He's just like obviously he's being
Terrible.
genuine, but at the same time, he just wants that. That
That's
little
all he
nookie.
wants. Yep.
Yeah.
He's like, I
He's
don't
like,
care that you're
I volunteer as
distraught and
tribute.
possibly
It's just like Hunger
absolutely
Games.
insane, and the devil himself is after you. Just let me hit that before you die.
Yeah,
okay?
he's
We'll
like,
go
I'll do
out
it.
together, it's
I'll bear
fine."
that weight for you, baby. Just right now. Give it to me. All right.
Oh my god.
All right. Next
That's
is
so sad.
You're in trouble, and I'm here to save the day.
Oh man, I'll be your hero.
Yeah, I'll be your hero. Just don't say no, please.
just let me do this.
Yeah, just let me do this for country. For the country, yes, of course, the country. See, I brought it full. See, he's just
Came
like,
around.
what are you doing?
Oh my god.
Next is actually somebody we're getting in, and I'm going to be putting him right here, which is one of my
Yay!
favorite guys of all time, which is Aubrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors. Now, the movie, and I'm sure we're both
Audrey
thinking there's
Hepburn.
2 movies out there, to my
Yeah.
knowledge. It's old school Jack Nicholson, black and white, where he plays the
That
doctor.
one's my favorite. Don't hate on it.
I'm not hating on it at all. I love it
Okay.
because it's a horror film.
I
That's
can
the
watch
idea.
that movie over and over and over and over and over. Like, it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it's phenomenal. My personal favorite is the one with the guy from Honey I Shrunk the Kids, the color one, which is the musical one.
Okay.
Because no matter what, Audrey 2 is kind of the same character where it's like he just needs blood. And he'll do whatever he wants. He'll do whatever he can to get it. So if it means lying, because already he has the dice in his favor because he's a talking plant, which is unbelievable at first. So he's like, look, yeah, I can talk, but if you give me blood, I'll give you that girl you want. If you give me blood, I'll give you the world. And then like he goes into musical, like, I'm a mean green mother from outer space. And you're like, hey, all right, get it. Oh, you're like, oh, yeah. But no, even with the original one, there's no singing, I know, but it has that horror aspect. Like, the end is so unnerving when it opens up and you see that face, and the face is in the thing. And he's like, what is it? Like, help me. And you're like, whoa, that's scary. But
well, in the original, the faces of the ones he ate start to bloom.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah.
That's the part that unnerved me when I first saw it.
Yeah.
But like I said, mine will always be, I should have brought him out because I have like a little thing of him, I love the musical one. It's so fun because he has that Barry White voice where it's like, feed me. And you're like, what's going on here? And he's like, feed me, Seymour. Feed me all night long. And I'm like, oh, you about to get it. Feed me,
because technically, Audrey has no sex. Like, it's not
Right.
a man, it's not a woman. It's just its own entity.
Right.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plants taking over is kind of scary.
Though that's the thing, that if you watch the deleted ending, which I can send you if I can find it, the original ending that the director intended.
Yeah.
He wanted, because that was Jim Henson, I think, made that movie. That was he directed that. That was his directorial debut. Audrey ends up spawning, and he takes over the entire world. And it's so cool, because it's just him having fun and eating, and it's like, oh, it's...
Nom, 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 nom.
Exactly. Like Cookie Monster. All right. Next is The Predator.
Mm-hmm.
Now, The Predator... I wouldn't say horror.
Grab my bust. I have a Predator bust. I was going to set it up.
Yeah. No. That would have been cool. Time. You don't have it, do you?
It's. I can go grab it.
No, it's fine. You can take a picture and send me later. I won't have you go through the hassle.
It's really cool.
But he's cool. That's what he is. He's like a bounty hunter. I'd say that. It's not horror, but it's horrific, like what he does, obviously.
I thought, like, okay, so because there's so many frickin' movies, it's hard to keep up with the intentions of Predator. But I think they literally just liked hunting humans. Like, they were
the human sport. They came to Earth to train for something on their world.
But then, like, so many movies later, he's actually kind of, like, helping us out because, like, we got so many assholes.
That was Alien vs. Predator, yeah. He teams up with the humans to fight the alien, which is the ultimate prey instead of the humans now, which is weird because the It took the Freddy vs. Jason route where they're, like, less horror, more...
Can they just stop? Can they just stop doing that?
Yeah. They really do. But I liked Predator. I like the first one, the second one. Very masculine films, I'll say that, in terms of like Rambo-esque, where it's like, we like our guns. It's like, I don't think there's one woman in the first movie. Yeah, made you think there, huh?
You did. I'll have to rewatch it. Are you sure there's no women?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Because I think it starts in the jungle and it ends in the jungle.
Usually there's at least one damsel, you know.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's what women are for.
I got you.
Help me. I need help.
But I like how he can go camo. That's always cool.
Unless we're talking Alien, then you got a bad bitch up in there, which I'm a big fan.
Let her go, you bitch. Robot fight. But yeah, Predator is a cool franchise. The newer movies are pretty good, but again, they made them softer, obviously.
Yeah.
I always like the camo details,
where it's like kind of cool in a way, because with evolution, especially even with humans, we learn to be more empathetic and understanding. That's part of our evolution, is being less primal,
right,
and more like using the brain.
Exactly, like the mud scene with he coats himself in mud so he can't see him and everything.
Yes,
that's cool. But no, the thing that made him terrifying in that movie, I just remembered, was the fact that he can go camo, completely invisible.
Yes.
Because in scenes where it's just them talking, your eyes are still in the background, and you're like, "Where is he?" So I was like, "That's
and
cool."
the glow dark blood, how fun!
Oh yeah.
I want to do a Predator painting
3
with the
dots hitting you in the face, and you're like, "He's fucked."
Oh no!
I tried to do his voice so many times, I could never do it though.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'm not even gonna try.
All right. The next one is cool. So the creatures from Pan's Labyrinth.
Mm,
Yeah. Right.
yeah.
The movie itself is like stellar, but obviously we're here to talk about creatures. But it
Yes.
is like a true.
The Pale Man.
Right. Right. It's a gothic fairy tale. That's what I always called that
Yeah.
movie. But the Pale
Yeah.
Man's phenomenal. I love the Fawn. I met him, and he signed one of my Funko Pops. The Doug Bradley. He played what's his face? I forget the guy's name in Hocus Pocus. The guy that has the mouth shut. Um.
Oh! Oh!
Yeah. You got this.
Oh! Hold on. Hold on. I keep thinking Edward, but it's not Edward
It's
because
not
I'm
Edward.
mixing him up with
It's
Edward
a B.
Scissorhands
It's like
because
Bill
they
or
look a lot
something, I
alike.
think.
Billy!
Billy. There you go. I
Billy!
gotta stop blowing smoke at the camera. It keeps freaking.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. Thanks, Mom.
just do
I gotta go this way.
just side. Just
Somebody's right next to me. I'm like. um. Yeah, but no, the whole movie is fantastic because it's like obviously it's Alice in Wonderland where it's like it's contradicting reality and it's making her mind more at peace by giving a story to like attach to avoid the war
it's
that's
also
at hand.
fairly educational because it's about the like civil
Hold on,
war
hold on.
within
Stop talking. I
Spain.
can't hear you.
Sorry. Oh no.
I can't
Oh,
hear you. Why can't
no.
I hear you?
I don't know.
Are you on?
I'm not muted. You're the one
Why
messing
can't I
with
hear
stuff.
you?
Oh dear.
This isn't good.
That's not good.
Hold on.
Okay.
You can hear me, right?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear head nod.
The stream hears me too. It's just
Oh,
you that
close
can't
and join
hear me.
back in, you're saying. I'll be right back. Stay there. Don't move.
Oh dear.
Hello?
Hello.
Why can't I hear you?
Are
Say-
you serious?
My headset was down. Hi.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I turned it down when I went to reach for my
Oh
cigar.
my god. I was
You're
gonna
good.
say the stream can hear me. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Oh monster.
Yeah, V. Hi. But no, what were you? You were saying something about it. I said there were
I
parallels
was.
between Alice in
The
Wonderland.
movie is based up. Would you stop whining at me? I hear you. I know.
I'm not even
Easy,
talking.
man. It's about the era of the Spanish. I want to say Spanish. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it's Spanish though. Civil War.
Mhm.
So it was when they were literally fucked up, and like that's what kind of like helps you understand the mindset of the main character, the little girl, because they're like literally starving. So the mom is with the general douchebag, so
Yeah.
that her daughter's taken care of. But is she really? No.
But do you think those events, the fairy tale events, like the fawn and the ogre and the giant toad, like, do you think those were real, or do you think they were all in her head as a like a what's it called, or
Could be a coping mechanism.
a coping mechanism? That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking as I got older. I'm like, what if it's
Because
just
when it comes to the pale man, that's the reason why she fucks up and eats the grapes, is because
Right.
they are literally starving. Like they're
That's
eating
what
fucking stone soup.
right?
And she couldn't resist the food, you know,
Right,
and it
'cause
was
she's
like,
hungry.
oh, you just had to eat it. No.
All right, let's do another one because this is actually making me sad.
It is a very sad
It's
film.
a
It
sad
really is.
movie, but it has those magical moments where it's like my favorite shot is just the
Beautiful
fawn
and
hugging her too.
awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next is we already did It Follows. We already did Cthulhu. Ooh, Krampus.
Krampus.
So Krampus
Now,
is
I'll be honest with you, I didn't actually see the movie. I
didn't
just know
see the
Krampus
movie?
throughout like history.
oh okay.
Historically. Which
The
I'm assuming
Krampus
the movie's
movie,
based
in my
off of
opinion,
stuff.
is phenomenal. Like, despite what anyone says, I give it like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah?
They do him such justice. Like, you think it's
Okay.
going to be like this weird thing where it's like he's popping out of here, killing somebody here. No, they create his freaking presence so much so that it's like there's a shot of him on a roof and it's just his silhouette. And it's like you see the horns, and it's like he's like this presence. And then like all you hear in the film sometimes when they're in the house is and he's
Ooh.
going from rooftop to rooftop. It's like they're creating this aura. And then at the end, they do this shot of him where it's like you get to see him, and you're like, that's Krampus. Like it's
So is he
so worth it.
snatching children and bringing them to hell, or Like, because that's the whole. Like,
yeah,
what does he do
in a way.
in the movie?
In a way. It's not as poignant as like, hey, you're bad, I'm taking you, you're in hell. He's a bit more sadistic in what he does.
He does lash the children. There's a lot of whippings and stuff.
Yeah, there's none of that in this. They dress him up a bit, but it's definitely worth checking out because his I believe his reindeers are the skeleton ones that look like the ones from Nightmare Before Christmas, and then like
so they literally went the like anti-Santa route, which is kind of frustrating, but okay.
I know. But it's worth seeing. I 100% recommend it because his servants aren't the elves. They're these little demonic things.
The witch movie thing is not on Netflix. I looked. It's not there. The VVITCH. It's not there.
I'll find it.
Just
I'll
so
find
you
it.
know.
They'll be away from me. I'll find it. You gotta watch The Witch and Krampus.
Okay.
Krampus, I really think you're gonna like.
Show, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was
Shadow of the Vampire. Oh, the Dracula Netflix show.
The Netflix show, yes.
Was good, right?
It was very good,
oh
and
I
love the end. I'm not gonna spoil it if anyone that watches this hasn't seen it, but what a twist! I very much enjoyed it.
Because they're saying he's teaming up with Sherlock Holmes next. I don't know, hopefully, but that'd be cool.
I love me some Shirley.
Have you seen the Benedict Cumberbatch? Have you seen the Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't know.
But no, the Dracula one was sick. I love how Van Helsing was a female. That's what made it for me. Like her character was so strong, and I love when I think they're in a church where she's just dressing him down. Where she's just like, "Why don't you think you can walk through a door without permission?" And she's like, "Oh, she's mad." She's like,
"Yeah, it's their like the nunnery place." Yeah. And what a bold move, giving him a knife, like as if he couldn't just like flick.
And the fact that he turns into whoa, is Gail calling? Did I call her?
I don't know.
Gail?
What you doing?
Hold on. If anyone's wondering, that image is Gail, who's Gail, are you there?
Where'd that come from?
What is this?
Oh, hey, we're doing a show. If you want to be a part of it.
I'm confused. Why is my computer doing this?
You're in the middle of a live show with an audience.
Oh dear God! I'm so sorry. Discord's not even open on my computer. I'm so sorry to interrupt.
It's okay. I just don't have.
It's been a very interesting show so far.
Yeah, right. Everyone, this is Gail. She's trying to figure things out. She's gonna be Morticia.
Is what I am. I have no makeup on. I'm at my girlfriend's house. This is a total accident. I'm so sorry.
No, it's
guys.
fine.
Whatever you were doing.
Let me clear up. Do you want to stay? Do you want to stay in?
We are about to commence game night, so I must go.
Okay, great stopping by.
Game night's a good night.
Right.
That was funny.
That was funny. That was really. I just gave her permissions in Discord this morning.
So is she a natural redhead? Is that what I just saw?
Yep.
Perfect. Fuck.
Right.
Oh my God, stop it. What the fuck?
I'll send you some of the pictures she sent me. That she's like the things she's like, not what she's wearing, but what she's wearing during the interview. She doesn't finish the full dress yet. Okay. But what were we talking about?
We kind of got sidetracked with Dracula.
Dracula, yeah. I liked how it's all. I liked how they made Dracula a wolf.
Isn't that interesting?
Right.
I like that too. That was cool. They added a lot of cool stuff to it that I would have never even.
Think the reason they did that, and this is cool because he's very stylized after Bela Lugosi. Like you could tell the way he's like carries himself. But remember in the original Dracula, Bela Lugosi, he says, "Oh, those creatures of the night, what music they make." And it's not bat sounds, it's wolf sounds. So I bet his brides
were like his bitches. They were like his security. Yeah.
And probably his brides. So maybe they shapeshift
Shut
into
the fuck up.
Right?
Oh my God, you just wrecked my brain.
That's the thing, because I was thinking about that line. He says, "These creatures of the night, what music they make." And then I was thinking his lovely creatures he refers to as his brides. So his brides are out there hunting for him, and then they come back. So when he's near the window, they're not in their covenants because it's night now. And they're out there hunting.
My brain.
Right? So it makes sense that he's the leader of the pack and he's a wolf too. Right? That's what I was
Oh my God.
Yeah. But no, you enjoyed it, right? It was clean?
Yes. I did. I very
Good,
much
good,
so
good.
enjoyed it. It was very good.
Yeah.
Wonderful storyline.
I didn't like one episode, and I think I said this with you, is there's like a mystery murder on a boat.
Yes.
And I don't like the buddy cop thing that they do with like Lucifer, where he's like, he's not that all bad of a guy. Let's make him a detective. I'm like, he's Dracula. Can we like simmer down a bit? Like, I want to see him do his thing. But yeah, it's phenomenal. If anyone hasn't seen Dracula on Netflix, go check it out.
Yeesh.
The next one I wanted to do with you, but I sent the clip to you, so I guess we could get into it. It's The Creature from the Host, which is that Japanese.
Dude, I'm not watching that.
You don't have to. That is the most memorable scene from that. Like if you were to watch a movie, that's the only scene you'd remember because it's just people. That's how it literally. That's the movie how it starts. It's just people throwing rocks into a pond, and it just shows up. That's what's terrifying about it. There's no prelude or interlude about this monster. The film just starts off with people throwing rocks into water, and then you think it's going to come out of the water, but no, it just cuts to their side, and you see this blurred thing just like hauling ass towards them, and you're like,
and it's just like, it's not even like eating anybody. It's just like fucking them up.
Yeah, he's looking for a host, and that's the girl. But like you said, when he grabbed the wrong daughter's hand, and you're like, no.
I was so upset.
Right? Could you imagine?
I knew it when he was just like, I was like, look, motherfucker, you gotta look.
You gotta look.
And he didn't. And I was like, it's the wrong kid. And he looks, and it's the wrong kid. And then the girl stands up, and it's all like, yoink. And I was just like, I can't handle this.
Yeah,
oh,
it's interesting. I'd recommend it, but again, like I wouldn't at the same time, just for obvious reasons. Where it's like
okay, so like if you're young and you don't have kids, it's I'm assuming.
Well, I mean, if you're a parent at all, it's going to be like
it's going to fuck you up. Don't do it.
Yeah, it's going to be exactly like a Pet Cemetery, where you're like,
oh
like don't look, like it's so obvious things. Yeah.
Oh no.
I did an entire cigar.
You're having a hard time today.
I
though.
really.
Do you need a hug? Oh boy.
There we go. The last one is Leprechaun with Andy Warwick Davis.
He just wants his gold, man.
That's it. Yeah, he just wants his gold.
His gold.
I think it was an interesting concept. Well, I don't know, because it's not really well thought out. It's pretty much just saying, no, I don't know. How do you feel about that? Because they did the same with the Tooth Fairy, but it worked with Darkness Falls.
I love Darkness Falls.
Right? So why does Leprechaun not hit that mark when they're still taking this like entity like Easter
Probably because
Bunny?
of the look of the leprechaun.
And the fact that there's a stereotypical
honestly, they should probably try to recreate it now that we've got like
more
CGI
vicious
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where he's more like a spooky entity, not so much just little thing just like running around, give me my gold. You know,
That's
like,
true. That's true.
Even there was another Tooth Fairy one they did that was pretty good. What the shit was it called? Where it's like more like the Fae, not so much that one lady. Oh no, what was it called?
You got this.
Oh shoot. They took over this house, they're gonna renovate it, and it's gonna be awesome, but there's all this like fuck shit that happens in that house with teeth. It's like a dentist that worked there. And oh dear.
You're not talking about those little things that live under the stairs? Alone in the Dark?
Dark.
The little creatures that are in the dark?
Right.
They remade it with you know, they're like little creatures that live under the stairs in the darkness.
They are little creatures, but
and then
they're
the
like
vents,
the
and they're yelling things
shit.
like, "Come closer."
Ah.
Right? You know?
Hold on.
Yeah, you look it up while I look at this.
I am. I can't not.
You're gonna have to go first with the next one too, because I forgot to answer that one. I think it's people. No, it's not People Under the Stairs. I think it's Alone in the Dark. No, not Alone in the Dark. It's Oh my gosh.
Why can't I find it?
They whisper, right, to them? All right, you know what? I'll look it up too, because I'm pretty
Darkness Falls keeps popping up, but that ain't it. That's not the one.
Oh
no!
All right, I know who. So I have to look up Batman.
Don't be afraid of the dark.
Dang it! I hate you! I hate you! I hate you!
Yes.
That's it. Yep. They did a really crappy
that one
remake
was
of it.
pretty good too, especially when they're like ripping out the teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Which Mm,
It's the
I
voice
don't
angle
like
that
the
bugged
tension,
me.
so that worked wonders for me.
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
nee.
the gore in that never bugged me. It was the fact that like it was the whispers and like they'd be in the dark, like in the vents, and
Yeah.
you hear like, "Go kill her," and she's like listening in. She's like, "Save us," and it's like all this
Really? You
weird
jumped
stuff.
on me to sneeze on me? That's gross, babe.
Oh, my camera again.
Just blow smoke to the side.
Yeah, I know. I keep forgetting.
I'm gonna teach you how to smoke, bud.
All right. Oh, okay. What is the most disturbing creature you've seen in a horror film that thoroughly shook you?
I will tell you, and let me tell you, I was upset that it wasn't on the list, my friend.
See,
You
I'd
wanna-
say Pennywise.
Nah.
Nah. Look at
Number
you
one
sitting all cool.
monster. Number one monster. Scariest monster ever. The Thing! Why wasn't that on the list, monster?
Look, you make good points here. There's no reason to shout at people.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna give him hell for this.
Well,
Seriously, number one monster.
there were a lot of monsters to go through. I have a list of like
The
30. I
Thing.
know. I'm sorry.
Not only is it like this alien that, of course, humans had to go and fuck around and find out. You
Mhm.
know, it would never have been an issue if we just left it alone. But no, we had to go fuck around, and then it comes out, and it's like, it not only shape shifts, but it like it could take a body part and just like sprout legs like, and go get a new one. Like it's never ending. It doesn't die. You can freeze it, but it doesn't die.
Right.
It's just a matter of time before it's back.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Messed up, man.
Dope. It's Roxy says you have a good point.
That's the only
So-
kind I make.
I didn't. Oh my gosh, the arrogance on this woman today.
I am.
Want me to teach you how to smoke? You're not dumb, but let me just say something for you. It's like,
Hey,
mine-
it's not often I get to call people out.
right. So why not me, right?
Yes.
I didn't think of mine, but if I had to guess, have you seen The Invasion, which is a remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers with Nicole Kidman?
Oh. Okay, I did, but it was so long ago, I can't really tell you.
So I remember the concept of that being unnerving, where it's like if you show emotion, they'll tackle you and transform you because they're
Oh, fuck. I'd be
emotionless.
doomed.
So it's they go about their 9 to 5 day jobs or whatever, but they don't have emotion. And the whole idea is if you show emotion at all, you become one of them. Because they just want to do a copy of your world with no emotion.
My face is way too animated for my own good.
Right.
Like, it already gets me in trouble. I don't need to say a fucking word. My expression says it all.
That's what I was
So
gonna
I would have
say.
been doomed right off the bat.
Like I'd walk out the door and be like, no emotion, no emotion. Then like when I walk out, I see the mailman. I'll be like, hey! It's like immediately.
Yeah, right? Like,
He'll be like, what?
oh, look at that bird. Oh, fuck.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Are there
no.
any? But yeah, that concept bothered me. But to be honest, if I were to be on point, I'd say the deity from It Follows. It's just a scary idea where it's like you could
Dude, all
literally.
you have to do is not have sex, though, and you can avoid that. It's avoidable. It is.
Yeah,
It
but do you
might
think
not
you
be
could go
very
without
happy.
sex
It
your
might not be a
entire?
very
Yeah, that's the thing. You
fulfilling
might not be
life,
very
but-
happy.
You know, with way the technology's advancing.
We have VR.
You
We
know,
have VR that counts. Can't reach you through the virtual reality world.
God, no. But it is one of those, avoidable monsters. Whereas, like,
well, I'm
if it
saying,
was
okay,
fucking
hypothetical
thing
here.
with, like,
Say you have sex,
know
and then immediately after you have sex, so say this is the real world, right? Like right now, the deity exists. So it's not about like you're choosing not to or not to. No matter what, it's coming after you.
So here's the good news. If you're not fucking around with anyone else and you already got your partner,
You're
don't
missing.
have to worry
You're
about
missing my point here. I'm saying, no matter what, you're
Don't be a
screwed.
hoe.
Like you are the original. Like it came down, you drink a sip of water, it's in you.
oh, that's fucked up.
Right. I'm sorry that this isn't going in your benefit for this hypo. But I'm saying it's after you. That's terrifying because you can't get away from it. It'll eventually get to you. Like you could fly around the world, but in 20 years, something or someone, or maybe it was on the flight, or maybe like it could be there.
Okay, so you know what they didn't really cover is like, can it penetrate through like steel? Because I could build a house from like storage containers, like on ships. Beasley, I hear them. It's okay. Calm down.
That's true.
And prevent that bitch from getting to me.
Can it talk?
No, I don't recall it ever talking. That was one of the giveaways that it was a thing, because it was nothing. It was just coming straight for you. It was quiet. It just walked at you.
So
Weird.
remind me. Somebody has sex. It comes after you.
Yeah.
And it kills you.
Yeah.
And then it goes after the original person it had sex with.
Yeah. Whoever. Yeah. If like say like if I got it, it would come after me, kill me. Once
But
I'm
who
dead,
does it go
goes to
after
the
after that
original
guy?
host. The original host, whoever somehow has escaped it thus far, right? So why don't they just let it kill out the OG?
Right. So there is an
Stop
end game to
fucking
this.
and Finn.
But there is an
Like-
end game to it, right? Because theoretically, it would only kill 3 people, and that's the end of the movie. It doesn't exist,
No.
right? If it goes after the original host and kills it, there's no reason to like. I don't know. I'd have to rewatch it. That's interesting though. Are there any monsters we haven't talked about today that you want to go over? Because once we finish this with this category, we can't bring them back up. Because it's by category. There's not one you can think of? Yeah, I see the dog. Just seeing you comfort the dog. Oh,
She's
come
so
on.
upset right now. Like, oh, there's someone out there. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's because the other dogs are barking, so she's like, I'm missing out on something.
Do you want to hear something like super childish that I do? And this is the biggest childish thing I do. I'd say once a month. So when it's
Yeah.
late out, right? I go outside. I bark super loud for like 3 seconds just to start that chain reaction of the neighborhood.
Ah, you shithead.
It's so
That's
awesome
funny.
because I'm in the city and it goes so long and it's like, that's cool.
Everyone around here.
So I recommend that for everyone to try though. It's super,
out and
it
bark.
legit works. Like you go outside, you bark a couple times, one dog will start and then the others will all go. It's like that scene in 101 Dalmatians.
Oh my god. It happens all the time. Like, no one can leave. Like, if you try to go on your porch, it's immediately Cujo over here starts. That's what I call him because he's the fucking devil. And then next thing you know, the barking just everywhere. The whole neighborhood is loud as fuck with dogs losing their shit, all cause overprotective psychopath over here.
Yep. Well, I'll ask this because I know there's a couple people in chat. Does anyone in chat, before we leave for the day, have any monsters to suggest we talk about or creatures? Because I think we pretty much covered all the key ones.
Covered a lot, except for the thing.
Except for there
Monster.
you go again. Oh, there she's back, ladies and gentlemen.
The moment I was like, wait, and I reread the list over and over, and I'm like,
It was
how did he
there.
miss that? It was not there, man. There's no thing on that list.
Right, okay. There was nothing on that list.
No thing. Nothing at all.
It's all good, Roxy, if you can't think of one. All right, I guess we'll end. I just want to make sure we cover them all because obviously it's like
I
next
mean, I'm
week.
sure at some point we'll come across others that
Yeah, we'll
we
be like,
didn't
shit,
really
let's
talk
just work
about,
it in
but-
somehow to this.
Because we've got subcategories still to cover, like aliens, stuff like that.
Right.
Like, you don't want to mush them all into one thing because then it gets kind of blurry.
All right,
Yeah.
so that's going to do it for this week. But next week, we are going to be covering psychological horror,
Yes!
which
Yes!
is, yes,
I'm so excited.
We-
If
you
it's
could
the
do-
lotion on
oh
the
my
skin,
gosh.
Bitch, let's go.
right. Silence of the Lambs, Donnie Darko. Like you can get, it's
Yes!
all about the
Oh,
mind. So
I love Donnie
that's next
Darko.
week. The ones that get into your head, and it's kind of like, oh.
This is my favorite category.
All right. Send suggestions my way, and we'll. Ooh, Roxy, that's an excellent one. Get Out, we could do.
Get out.
Jordan
I'm not
Peele.
remembering this one.
Remember the trailer I just sent you on Discord for the
Oh,
third movie?
Is that it?
His first 2 movies, Get Out and Us.
Oh.
Please tell me you've seen Get Out.
Okay.
Have you seen Get
I
Out?
remember Us. I don't know if I remember Get Out.
It's the one that it's on racism, and it's like, oh come on, it's
What do you
yeah,
mean?
look it up. Yeah, Roxy, it's amazing.
Okay, I might have to watch that one.
It's good. Like it
Oh,
touches
it's on
upon
Hulu.
Yeah, look at your face. The Hulu look. It's on Hulu.
If I don't have to spend money, I get way more excited. I am a broke bitch, okay? You just gotta bear with me.
All right. So that's gonna do it for this week, everyone.
Yay, psychological thriller.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be good. But send me either today or tomorrow your list, and we'll I'll add them in, and I'll come up with cool questions and all that.
Okay.
Besides that, I am Monster. And this is Mama Talks, and we'll see you next week, where hopefully she doesn't pick on me anymore.